What is up, guys? Down here on the river, gonna be doing another camping video. It's been kind of slow. The weather's been weird and it's been causing some spawning activity. But we had a cold front come through a couple days ago, and then a lesser one last night. But it's starting to warm up here. It's not quite 90, but it's probably 75. It actually feels really good. I actually got out here kind of early, so I'm by myself. No one's with me, just me in the boat and some live bluegills. We're gonna throw a bunch of those out live, but we are gonna probably cut a couple of them up. I'm in an area I've never fished before, so I've been scouting the area with Google Maps, just checking it out. All right, let's feed some fish, see if anyone's home while we get camp set up. Thank you guys for watching. All right, this is a very interesting looking sandbar, that's for sure. It's huge. You could play football out here. It's crazy. We have all this cover right down here, just down from where I'm going to be fishing tonight. Probably grab my swim jig and bring it down here and see if there's any smallies around all this wood cover. I believe I see a Y stick. Yep, there's remnants of a fire. Yep, this has been fished before. Looks fairly recent. Oh, someone was littering. You guys ever seen Joe Dirt? It's empty. I'll clean that up for him. All right, got our handy dandy chair set up. We're gonna probably set up the tent right there in that nice sandy space, right in front of our bluff wall. If you guys have watched any of my videos, you know I really like camping in front of these bluff walls. They can definitely produce some good-sized fish. I'm not really too confident in my baits. I have, I don't know, close to a dozen live bluegills, and they're pretty big. Live bluegills are not my preferred big fish bait, and which is kind of contrary to a lot of popular opinion, but they're not my favorite. They're easy to get. They're I'd like to call them a convenience bait. They're easy to get and keep alive, so I think that's why a lot of people gravitate towards them. But I'm not really a huge believer in them. Now I've definitely caught some big fish on them, and they will work, but they're definitely not my top tier bait. I would prefer to have some red horse suckers, personally, or Asian carp. If you guys haven't seen my Asian carp bait video, you should check that out. Flatheads definitely like eating them things, and it's good to get those out of the river. Hopefully before too long I'll get myself a bow fishing set up, and I'll bow fish a little bit for these things, for those Asian carp, because they are oh, I watched him go for it. That was cool. What was I saying? Oh, those Asian carp, they're definitely a good bait source, and they are a pretty invasive species. They need to be taken out of this river, so it's a win-win. Oh, there he is. He's right here. Oh, it's a gar. Look at that. Look at it. He's following that jig. There he goes. That's why he didn't hook up. It's a daggum gar. That was neat. That's not a good sign. If there's a few down here, I wonder how many is going to be in the area that I want to fish tonight. I got all that juicy catfish bait, and I'm over here trying to catch a bass. What's wrong with me? I wonder why these guys chose right here to camp and fish. It's not really much depth here. There is all this cover, but To me, it just looks like stuff you're gonna get hung up on when you're trying to reel a fish in or when you're casting. I have a cast net. It's not a great cast net. Adam, my buddy Adam, who's been in a couple of my videos, he gave me a cast net for making him some sinkers. And it has a big hole in it. He gave it to me just for the lead, but I figured I could stitch it up and salvage it. I'm almost done stitching it up. I just got a couple more inches to stitch, but it's not quite ready yet. I might be able to just use it now anyway, though. All right, let's go set up camp for the evening. Hello, camping gear. Hello, tent. Can hear the sand sloshing around in that tent. Camping and cooking gear. Oh, this thing's gonna be loud. Alright guys, a little bit later, and have camp set up. A tent. We are camping in style, guys. Got goodies, more goodies, cast net. Have all my cookware in there. Bank rod holders set up. I think the last thing we have to do is throw some baits out, so let's do it. Alright guys, that's what's on the menu for tonight for these catfish. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have high expectations for this for tonight for a couple reasons. One, these are not my favorite baits to use, and I have never been in this area before, so don't really have the highest expectations. I'm gonna give them as much variety as I can. There's that bluegill head. This middle rod, I threw the middle section of him out. We'll see what it does. All right, we're fishing, guys. I guess next step would be to collect as much firewood as I can. I see a pretty big log over here. I'm gonna probably mosey on over and grab it. All right, update. We are here chilling. I got a little bit of firewood, but it's not gonna be anything to sustain the whole night. Probably just won't have a huge fire. It's just myself here. But we got a little bit of firewood. It'll keep us warm. I have a jacket and stuff too, so that'll be good. We should have enough to cook possibly. But I figured I'd just enjoy the evening here, enjoy the ambiance. Hopefully we can connect with a fish tonight. Probably got, a little over half hour sun left. You know, if this doesn't pan out, it's all right. We got a couple of really good looking spots that we passed coming down, so we'll hit those up in the morning. All right, to be continued. We'll see if we have a fish on. Peace. Good evening. It's shaping up to be a pretty slow night. Not one of these rods has gotten touched. So I wasn't sure how the night was going to be, so I ended up bringing out this old cast net that I got from old Adam. I've been mending it the last few days, and I figured I'd finish it up out here on the water while killing some time. This thing had a pretty serious hole in it. I don't know how clear that is, but These are all the knots that I've tied into it to mend it back together. Probably a good 2-foot hole in total. I'm just about done mending it up. Really just trying to get rid of all these bluegills that I have in my bait tank. In the last week they've killed two of my suckers that I've caught that have been about that long, and I really value those baits more than those bluegills. So if I can get rid of as many of those bluegills as I can, then I'm gonna do it. It'd be nice if some fish would help me out with that, though. But it's just a really nice evening. It's starting to cool off now. Probably get a fire going here in a few minutes. But yeah, watching the sun go down. We got the pretty interesting looking sunsets now. There's been a bunch of wildfires in Canada, and a lot of that smoke has entered our atmosphere, and it's causing interesting looking sunrises and sunsets. I need to get rid of these sunglasses. About time for them to come off. Alright, last knot is tied. There we go, look at that. I don't know if that's going to be worth stitching up or not. That was pretty painstaking. It took me a couple days. We might just throw for an Asian carp up here. Seen a couple swirling, so we might utilize this thing. Alright, I can't resist. I keep seeing carp coming up the top of the water down the shore down here, so I'm gonna take this net and see if I can get one. What is that? That's a fish. There's a fish right there. You guys see that? You have to see that. Alright guys, we still have no fish, and yeah, it's probably going to be a pretty slow night. I have my tinder bundle here. My regular light, there we go. Got my tinder bundle here. Got 2 big logs in between them. So I'm going to get this thing going, and yeah, thanks. Oh, that stuff's gold. Oh, that stuff rocks. Look at that. That stuff kicks ass. I don't know what kind of tree that is that produces that that bark, but that stuff is dynamite. That was easy. I'll keep some of these bugs away and keep me a little warm. So, yay fire. Woohoo. Alright. Well, it's looking like it's going to be a pretty quiet night. Maybe like one of the rods has gotten hit, but other than that, it's been pretty silent. It's pretty bad when you have no gar bites either, so I'm probably just in the wrong area, but it's okay. I've never been here before, so I'm trying to scout new areas. And the only way you can find good areas is to inevitably find bad areas, so. But we're gonna stick with it and keep freshening up the baits and cozy up by the fire here and just keep at it. Probably see you guys in the morning. There's one. Oh man, that's a decent fish. He's not really fighting all that hard, but he was pulling that bait runner down. Looks like he's over this rod. Feels pretty good. So over here watching Facebook videos, and rod started going crazy. Keep a tight line on this guy. Oh my, what do we have, y'all? It's kind of wrapped up. I do believe that is a blue cat. He's lassoed as well as hooked. Hey bud. Alright, cool. That's a fish. That is the first fish of the night, guys. That's a decent blue cat, not too bad. Pretty slow night, man. He's on that, caught him on that, was it bluegill body section. He's got a lot to say. He's probably pretty mad at me. Ooh, he's about to go crazy. I better let him go. Violent. Cool. We're not skunked. It's a fishing trip. Okay. Woo. Oh, what a jerk. Oh, man. I ain't caught one of these in a while. Okay. I was saying I pulled my baits probably 6 foot, probably a foot from the shore, 6 inches if that. It wasn't even hooked. And I got laying down for about 10 minutes. This big old ugly thing freaking took that bait, patrolling this shoreline. Man. He's all sandy. Whew. These things are strong, man. I hate these things. They're really old, cool fish though, I will say. But I don't like them stealing my cut baits. But they're neat. Dang dinosaur is what that is. I'm gonna let him go. Knock my sinker off. Huh. That's wild. I bet that sinker's around here somewhere. This gar, man. Something else. I'm going back to sleep. That fire is dead. What is up, guys? It's a little after 7:30. Rooster's crowing. Yeah, we're gonna throw a couple of baits out and get camp rolled up, and head back to the boat ramp. We'll probably hit a couple spots when we head back to the ramp. So see if we can get us another fish for this trip. Stay tuned. Woo! That was lucky. Holy crap, that was so dumb. Wow, my freaking heart sank when I seen that rod over the side. Oh my god. That would have sucked. That was dumb. Well guys, I think that's going to be about it for this trip. About what I expected. It was pretty darn slow, given the facts that I was in an area I've never been in before, scouting, and all I had was bluegills for bait. And those bluegills really aren't my favorite bait when I fish this river, but that's what I had at the time, and I did manage to catch one blue cat and that gar, so almost lost a rod, so that sucks. That was almost terrible, but we still got it. Comment down below if you guys like using live bluegills. I haven't caught one on a live bluegill this year yet. All the fish I've caught on bluegill have been on cut, so comment down below, you know, what your guys' favorite river baits are. But if you stuck out this long, thank you for watching, and we'll see you the next time.